I'm so excited that I got this game to work on the PC. You know, we get to play it together. Have you guys heard of Layton? Okay, so this is the game. It's called Layton Brothers Mystery Room. This where I am. I'll move me. That's the hot guy right there. I were miles away. It's such a nice day out there. I couldn't help but gaze out the window. She's supposed to have like a Texan kind of accent, but I can't do Texan that much. We did? Cool. Yeah, that's us dead in the future talking, I think. I don't know. I've never gone past the trial part. And it's been years, so. Oh, this sunshine must be a good omen on my first day, don't you think? It makes no difference to anything. Maybe if you'd seen a lucky red bat. Anyway, look. Don't forget, you've been assigned to what can only be described as a back office. I wouldn't be all surprised if it's closed down tomorrow, quite frankly. Aye? Is that Australian? What's aye? What accent do we give her? I'm so confused. I always thought it was Texan. But it kind of sounds Australian. Yeah. Aye, mate. But it's for all the other cases that no one else can solve get sent, isn't it? Where the real stinkers get cracked. Quite so, Detective Constable Baker. Don't let Deputy Commissioner Chan put you off. Thank you, Commissioner. You'll have to work very hard to prove yourself, Baker, considering your performance up to now. Now, I know I did particularly bad on my exams, but that's just because I had a bad ballotty the night before. Don't worry, DC Baker. I put you in with a very special inspector. He won't let you pull a foot wrong. Can't read. And there's not an officer in the force who can match his power of deduction. Really? I'll be working with someone that good, eh? Oh yes, he's exceptional. In fact, I doubt there's a mystery he couldn't solve if he puts his mind into it. That's grand. I'll get cracking then and introduce myself straight away. Straight away. Are you sure about this, Commissioner? He's so unstable, you could be putting her in danger. Oh, we just have to have faith. I forgot to give him an old man's voice. For all his friends, I still believe in Alfendi. Layton. Alfendi is so cute. You guys are gonna love him. I'm dead sorry I'm late. I'm the new... Oh, where's everyone? Well, seeing as I got the place to myself, I might as well have a practice. Ahem. The true culprit of this crime is you! An unlikely deduction, I must say. Oh, no, Who are you? Let's give him a little British accent, but I can't do a man voice, so... Baker. Baker sounds Texan. Lucy Baker, I've just been assigned to this office. Ah, yes, I do seem to recall reading some memo about a new assistant the other day. That's me. Pleased to meet you. I don't think I caught your name. Oh yes, sorry. I haven't introduced myself yet, have I? I'm Alfendi Layton, Inspector Layton around here. Oh, he's so hot! I'm so sorry. But please don't feel obliged to stick to formalities when you address me. Oh well then, seeing as you'll be showing me the ropes and whatnot, how about I call you Prof? I'm not entirely sure that's appropriate. Certainly my father, who was an actual university professor, would not approve. Why does his hair remind me of Dylan? Kinda, the little ahoge on top. Well, you did say there's no need to stick to formalities, didn't you? Prof it is then. Just bear in mind that I haven't yet decided if this will be a permanent position for you or not. A rather interesting new case has just cropped up as it happens. The perfect opportunity to prove yourself. He reminds me of, his nose reminds me of Groot. And that's how I started working with the Prof. I did not read that. The first case, we're at a hotel in a popular seaside town. A young lass was killed on the balcony of her room. Oh, it is Australian. It is Australian. She said lass. There were 3 suspects. I thought a lot of them were dead sus, to be honest. Sus. I thought, but the Prof somehow seemed to know who done it from the start. And that key to the whole thing were in that sandwich. I can't Australian accent for the love of God. File number 1, the hand sandwich. Dun dun dun! It happened just a few days ago at a hotel in a very busy holiday resort. Hey, that's a swanky looking place. Yeah, it's a 5-star hotel with a wonderful sea view. Unfortunately, on this occasion, it was also the scene of a murder. Ah, murder, eh? Yeah, the victim was a woman by the name of Sandy Aldrich. Though she has stayed at the hotel alone on several prior occasions, this time she was with her lover. On the afternoon in question, look at the art style, it's so cute, isn't it? It was the bellboy, Mr. Zach Carrier, who brought the order to the room. He's the first suspect. At Miss Aldrich's request, he took it out to her on her terrace. After Carrier left the room, a man claiming to be Miss Aldrich's lover turned up. Claiming to be? Yeah, this is where it gets a little complicated. He's sus, right? This guy is sus. But it's never the sus person that's who did the crime. Never. You see, the man who turned up at the hotel that day stubbornly refuses to identify himself. Sounds pretty guilty if you ask me. He let himself in using a key card that she'd sent him. And he never saw or spoke to the victim in the room then. If you believe his statement, yes, that's what he's saying. I don't know, withholding his identity, that's dead fishy. Yes, anyway, let me tell you the rest. This supposed lover of Aldrich put the "please make up my room" sign on the door handle as he left. That brings us to the next suspect, a hotel cleaner who saw the sign and went to clean the room. Her name is Vera Wifowski. Is this German? She started to clean the room as normal. At some point, she drew the closed curtains back and noticed that Aldrich was outside on the terrace. Seeing her slumped over the table, it seems that Wifowski thought that Aldrich had just fallen asleep. But sadly, that wasn't the case. She'd been strangled to death. And she lay there with one hand inside the sandwich she'd ordered. A hand sandwich? Yes! Aldrich's hands was sandwiched between 2 slices of bread along with the other fillings. Whatever could that mean? If you manage to work that out, you'll pass my test. Oh well, I'll do my best. Oh god, my face is covering everything. I just realized that. So sorry. Let's see what we have on the suspect so far. Okay, I'm all ears. As I've said, we're looking at 3 possible suspects. Victim's lover, man present at the hotel on the day of the murder. He says he's Aldrich's lover, but that remains to be proven. Rude, but well presented. He does admit to have been in the room at the time. I cannot speak English. He does admit to having been in the room around the time of the murder. However, he claims he never saw or spoke to her. So do you think she were somewhere else then? Possibly. Either that or she was on the terrace and he simply didn't notice. It seems the curtains were closed when he came into. It's already confirmed that it's impossible to see anything on the terrace when the curtains shut. So you'd think he'd figure it out, wouldn't you, if they were lovers? And he won't tell us his name, come on. Do we have to look any further? It were him. It's probably not. Because, I don't remember who's the killer in this one. I just remember it being super cool. Let's move on to the next suspect. Yeah, we don't want to make any rash judgments because it's usually not the sus one. Then there's the bellboy, the one that not anybody likes, called Zach Carrier. He's the one who brought the sandwich to the victim. He saw Aldrich when she was still alive, didn't he? If you believe his statement, then yes, he's the last person to see. I'd say that's worth double checking then, eh? Finally, the last suspect is the cleaner. She saw the service request sign on the floor, entered the dorm, and discovered the body. The most intriguing thing about this case, of course, is why Aldrich's hand ended up in her sandwich. That's true. Aye, that's Sarni's right brain teaser and no mistake. Obviously, it couldn't have just happened by chance. It clearly has some meaning. Okay, I follow you. I'll be sure to have a good look into the sandwich. Do you know who the culprit is? What? Just the top of my head, you mean? Hadn't I better take a look at the crime scene and all that stuff first? The crime scene is available for inspection. I can't word. Over there? What do you mean? Have a look. And this is the cool part of the game. We get to do shit like this. And this was keep in mind, this was an early 2000s game. Hey, bruh! What is this? This is the reconstructed device. It faithfully reproduces any crime scene right down to the minute. It completely eliminates any need to leave the office and travel to the real scene of the crime. I have no idea modern policies. You won't find a machine like this anywhere else. It's one of a kind. So shall we get down to the actual investigating business now? It's not usually so many words with its introduction, so I'm expecting a visitor soon, so I'm limiting you to 5 minutes. What? Just 5 minutes? Don't worry, Lucy. I'm well aware it's hard for you to determine the culprit based on the current knowledge of the case. So why don't you tell me what your gut instinct is first of all? Listening to your hunches is a vital part of the process. Okay, so let's get as much as we can done in 5 minutes. Oh my god, my voice just cracked! That's a lot of reading! Yeah, story, yeah, it is the introduction and shit, so there's a lot of shit. Tap and slide 2 fingers, just ignore that. I'm playing it on a thingy, so... When you're ready to say who you think committed the crime, tap the name the culprit. Time hits 0, you must stop investigating and crime scene say you think it's guilty. Okay. Access case files. Okay, first let's get as much as we can. We have to look into the sandwich, which we can do this. Tap to mark evidence. Uh-huh. You'll see uh-huh. 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 Okay, so there's this thing that we can all click. First, let's go for the sandwich, because supposedly that's the most interesting part. An extremely full double fish sandwich, one of the hotel's popular specialties. Not a single bite, however, has been taken from it. Dead body of Sandy Aldrich. The cause of death is posterior strangulation. Thin strap-like object. Okay. So when I'm investigating something, the time stops. That's good. So let's see if we can get a closer look at receipt. A copy of the receipt for the sandwich and juice. It's signed Bosco Phelps, but the handwriting is Aldrich. So I'm guessing Bosco Phelps is the lover, which is the black guy, right? I'm assuming that's the case. Tie. A high quality tie made of silk. It's crumpled and creased, showing signs of having been pulled very tightly. This is the murder weapon, is it not? This is the murder weapon, right? It would make sense that being the murder weapon, because she got strangled posteriorly, so it's in the back. But that's it. I got nothing else. What am I supposed to do with just that? Okay, let's look at the case files. Okay, he said to look at the sandwich, right? An extremely full double fish sandwich, one of the hotel's popular specialties. Cucumber, egg, lettuce, fish. What does that have anything to do? Sandy Aldrich, she is super pretty. I wonder if I can click on her. She's super cute. She's super hot. I want to get like that. Like, look at those beautiful eyes, and dude, she's pretty. Like her hair and everything too. She takes care of herself well. Actually, we entered the room. There was a strong smell. It wasn't Sandy's perfume. It was the aftershave that bellboy passed, like in the corridor wears. Huh. I left the room and hung the "Please make my room" sign on the handle as I went in there. Mademoiselle Aldrich has called room service. She wanted to eat on the terrace, so I took her food out on the table there and then immediately left the room. While I was delivering her order, Mademoiselle Aldrich and I spoke. She shared my passion for crime fiction, which had a lively conversation on the topic. I'm speaking like a French baguette. I don't know what I'm speaking as a French baguette. It's here you think is the most suspicious. I don't know who I think is suspicious. Possible? Okay. I'm taking that as a yes. Guess we're going for the cleaner lady who did not have anything too lacking evidences and shit. Because she was the one who discovered the body. That's it. Oh yeah, the one who discovers the body is always your prime suspect. First year detectives call that. It's not. It's not. I feel like it's not. A very sound principle, I'm sure, but there's no real evidences to prove as such. No, I suppose not. Do you have a better idea than Prof? Do you think you know who did it? Big brain birdie, yeah, she reported the body. She sus. Oh yes, certainly. According to my deductions, this is the cool part, wait for it.